Some parsley, great little herb. Lots of good uses for this. One of the most popular uses for this little herb though is to make a sauce, a parsley sauce. Let me show you how. First thing you're going to want to do is get yourself a nice big bunch of parsley. So if you're using fresh stuff, just rip that off the plant. If you're using stuff that you bought, get that out of the bag. A nice big bunch of parsley, okay? Rip it all up, stems and all. Don't worry too much about that. With your large butcher's knife, start the parsley off. And just keep going around it like so until it's down to the level you want. So the next thing we want to do for our parsley sauce, we're going to make up a little bit of a paste, okay? So we're going to use some veg bouillon for this. We've got some onion granules here, okay? Some fine onion powder, we're going to use some of that, and some nutmeg. Okay, so we use a bit of nutmeg as well. So what we want to do, we're going to put 1 teaspoon of each of these now. 1 teaspoon of veg stock, teaspoon of onion granules. Don't go too mad with these because they are quite strong. Okay, 1 teaspoon of onion granules and 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. Yeah. You get that into a paste now, so you grab your kettle, which is now boiled, and I'll just pop a little bit of water into that, only a splash, enough just to make it a paste. Smells pretty beautiful, that. There we go. Yeah, I'll pop that on there and I'll give you a quick look. Okay, so over at the stove, we're going to want a few things now. We're going to want a saucepan, a small saucepan. You're going to want about 200 millilitres here, 250 millilitres of milk. That's going to go in the microwave to warm up, okay, because we want that milk warm. We've got our paste over here, some flour and some butter. So into the pan, we're going to put about 35 grams of butter. There we are, and we should get that melting. So there we are, our butter now is nice and melted. So what we're going to add to this, we are going to add 1 teaspoon of flour, plain flour, okay? We'll add 1 big generous teaspoon, okay? A huge lumped teaspoon of plain flour. Get yourself a whisk, shake that up and whisk that in. And what we're making here, you probably heard the expression before, this is a roux. Butter and flour, okay? It's a thickening agent. And that is going to thicken up our parsley sauce quite nicely, okay? I'll just give you a quick look at that now. We'll turn the heat down on there. And this roux is universal for any sort of white sauce you're making, cheese sauce, parsley sauce, or whatever you like really. There we are, so that's all melted. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get our milk out of the microwave. It's not boiling, but it's warm. And you want to add this now on a lowish heat to the roux. And you can watch it thicken up. And you have to use your head a little bit, okay? You get this as thick as you want it, okay? You remember it's a parsley sauce. You've all seen a parsley sauce before. You know how thick it's supposed to be. So we're going to add enough milk. You probably won't use it all. Pop the heat up a little tiny bit. If it's too thick, add some more. So there we are. It turned out we used the whole 200 mils of milk for that, and it worked out perfectly. I'll show you the consistency of that so that you can see where we are. Okay, there we are. That is a lovely plain white sauce. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to flavour this up, and this is dead simple. Okay, we've got your flavour mix that you made before, your paste. Get your paste in there. There we are. Get all of that paste into there. Mix that in. And then what we want to do then is grab a nice big handful of parsley, throw that in there. And all mixed in there. Okay, get the rest of it in. Use all the parsley. It's parsley sauce at the end of the day. There we are. And just leave that to cook now. That'll go. The longer that cooks down, the the nicer it's gonna taste. I'll give you a little look at it. If it does thicken up any more, you can just add a splash of cold milk into there, and that will just get it back down to that right consistency. But that's looking pretty good. It smells pretty delicious. So our parsley sauce has now been cooking on the stove for about 5-10 minutes or so. I did add a tiny splash of cold milk just to get it to the right consistency, but there we are, that's pretty perfect. So I shall show you what we've got here now. Here we are, our parsley sauce. And we're going to pop this into our container. There you go. Take a look at that. That parsley is going to go lovely on some fish cakes, fish fingers, anything, some mashed potato. Beautiful parsley sauce. Dead easy.